Good evening, all. Welcome to TCS NQT 2026 training. So, today's topic of discussion is data sufficiency, day 14 training session. So, in today's lecture, we will discuss about the data sufficiency topic, which is very important for TCS NQT. So, almost 3 to 4 questions will be asked on this topic, data sufficiency. So easily you can score 3 to 4 marks in this section. Am I audible? Yes, is my audio clear? Right. So straight away we'll go into the uh, topic. Okay. So let me share the PPT. Right. Hope the screen is visible to you. Okay. So data sufficiency. Okay. So first, let us understand what is data sufficiency. What kind of questions uh, will be asked in this section, data sufficiency section. Okay, so data sufficiency questions test whether the given statements, generally you usually two statements will be there. So sometimes more than two, that means three statements will be given. So given two statements are sufficient to answer a specific question. So that means you will be given a question and you will be given two statements, statement 1 and statement 2. Now to answer this question, whether these two statements will help us, okay, that we need to decide. Only statement 1 will help us in answering question, or only statement 2 will help us in answering this question, or both together will help us in answering this question, or none of them are helpful to answer this question. Okay, so these kind of possibilities will be there. So you need to identify one of the possibility. Okay, so that is what we need to test in this data sufficiency questions. Okay, so then what do you mean by sufficient? Okay, here it is given that whether the two statements are sufficient to answer, we said. Okay, so what is the definition of this sufficiency? Okay, so in data sufficiency, sufficient means you can arrive at one unique. Okay, so that means you can arrive at one unique and definitive answer without any room for doubt. You should not have any doubt in the mind. Okay, and you should arrive at the unique solution from the given two statements. Then you can say that those two statements are sufficient to answer the specific question. That is the meaning. So there should not be any ambiguity in identifying the answer for this specific question from the given two statements. Then we can say that the two statements are sufficient enough. to get the answer for this question. Okay, so that is the meaning of a sufficiency. So this definition you should understand. You should know the definition of the sufficiency. Right. So what kind of questions will be given? Generally, the questions will be given like this. You are given the directions like this. Each question given below has a problem and two statements numbered 1 and 2. Okay. So giving certain information. So these two statements numbered 1 and 2 will give you certain information. That means they will pass on some data required for the question. Okay. So you have to decide if the information given in the statements is sufficient for answering the problem. So you need to decide. This is very, very important. So whether the given two statements, okay, so is sufficient for answering the problem or not. Okay, so you need to indicate your answer. Okay, so how you should indicate? Generally, the common way of providing the choices will be like this. Okay, so the first choice will be, that means statement 1 alone is efficient. Then the second choice is statement 2 alone is sufficient. Then the third choice is either 1 or 2 is sufficient. Then the fourth one can be neither 1 nor 2 is sufficient. Then the fifth one can be both 1 and 2 are needed. So then you need to find out which option is correct for identifying the answer for the given question. Okay, so these are the possibilities given to you. Okay, so sometimes it may be 1 alone is sufficient. What do we mean by this? That means from statement 1 and 2, by using only this first statement, okay, so you can get the answer for the given question. Okay, so assume that this is the given question. So for this question you can get answer completely by using the first statement itself. In such case you need to pick option 1, that is A. 1 alone is sufficient. Second one is 2 alone is sufficient. Okay, so if 1 alone is not sufficient, then you should check whether statement 2 alone is sufficient for getting the answer for the given question or not. Okay, so if you are able to get the answer for the given question only from statement 2, then you should choose the option B or second option. 2 alone is sufficient. Then the third option indicates either 1 or 2 is sufficient. Okay, so that means you can get the answer either from 1. Okay, so this statement 1 provides the answer for the given question. Similarly, from statement 2 also you can arrive at answer, get the answer for the given question. Okay, so that means either statement 1 or statement 2. So you can get the answer. Okay, so in such case you can choose option 3. Then the fourth option is neither 1 nor 2 is sufficient. That means from both of these, statement 1 and 2, you cannot derive a solution for the given question. 1 is not sufficient and 2 is also not sufficient. You cannot derive the solution for the given question from these two available statements. In such case, you should select option 4. Then fifth option, both 1 and 2 are needed. Okay, so that means from statement 1, okay, so you get some percentage of say for example x percentage of solution you'll get from statement 1, and from statement 2 you'll get a remaining percentage. Okay, so that means remaining percentage of solution you'll get from second statement. That means combinedly from 1 and 2, okay, so you can derive the answer for the given question. With single statement alone you cannot derive. Okay, you can derive only some x percentage of answer. Okay, so the remaining missing percentage you can get from second statement. Okay, so that means both combinedly provides you the answer. In such case, you should select both 1 and 2 are needed. Okay, so these options also you should understand very clearly which option to be selected. Okay, so this way the answers will be provided and you should select one of these answers. Okay, so sometimes it can be 1 alone is sufficient, sometimes it can be 2 alone is sufficient, sometimes it can be either 1 or 2 is sufficient, or sometimes neither 1 nor 2 is sufficient, or sometimes both 1 and 2 are needed. Okay, so we will see examples for these kind of options. Okay, so in this, the very trickiest part is selection of a option. Which one to select, when to select option 3, and when we should choose option 5. What is the main difference between them? Okay, both seems to be same. Okay, so what is option 3 and what is option 5? Option 3 is, see here, either 1 or 2 is sufficient, and option 5 is both 1 and 2 are needed. Okay, so here these two options seems to be same, but there is a slight difference between these two. Okay, so let us understand with the example. So here the difference comes down to redundancy versus collaboration. Okay, so redundancy, if 1 and 2 both provides the answer, then it is redundancy. 1 and 2 together provides the answer, then it is collaboration. Got it? So let us see here. Okay, so option 3, either statement 1 or statement 2 independently. Okay, so independently they provide the answer. Okay, so when to select this? Select this when each statement by itself, okay, so gives you the 100% complete answer. If they provide a 100% complete answer, then you should choose option 3. Okay, so you don't need to look at the other one at all. Each statement 1, statement 2 by itself, okay, so gives you 100% answer. The logic will be like this. Okay, so that means statement 1 gives you the answer and statement 2 also gives you the answer. Let us take an example here. Okay, so the question will be like this: what is the area of this square? Statement 1 is given like this: the side is 5 centimeters. The side is 5 centimeters. Okay, so statement 1, if you look at statement 1, this is sufficient to find area, because when you know side of a square, you can find the area by side multiplied by side. 5 into 5, 25. That means you are able to calculate area of square. That means statement 1 itself is sufficient to get the answer. Then statement 2 is the perimeter is 20 centimeters. So when you know perimeter of a square, okay, so then you can get the side by dividing it with 4. Okay, so that means this second statement is also sufficient. So once you divide the perimeter with 4, you get the side. Okay, so once you get the side multiplied by side gives you the area. So that means you are able to derive area of the square by using statement 1 and statement 2 also alone. Statement 1 alone provides the answer, or statement 2 alone provides the answer. Okay, so in such case, choose option 3. Okay, so that means both paths lead to the same destination independently. Assume that this is your destination. This is your destination. Okay, so you can reach this destination by using a statement 1. This is one path available. You can go to this destination, or you can also reach to this destination by using a statement 2. Okay, so both paths leads to the same destination. Okay, so in such case, you should choose option 3. Either statement 1 or statement 2 are sufficient for deriving the answer. Okay, this is very, very important. Now let us look at example for option 5. Now option 5 is about collaboration. Okay, so that means both statements together provide the answer. Okay, so when both together, we say that they collaborate with each other. They collaborate with each other. Okay, right? So just let me. Yeah, is my audio and everything clear? Just reply in the chat if you have any doubts on this topic. Okay, so provide your doubts in the chat of this session. Okay, right. Now, so option 5, we are looking at option 5. So both statements together, that is called collaboration. Okay, so now see here, when select this statement, when statement 1 is missing a piece of the puzzle, and statement 2 provides exactly what is missing. Okay, neither can solve it alone. That means statement 1 alone cannot give you the answer. Statement 2 alone cannot give you the answer. Okay, but both combined gives you the answer. Okay, so that means both are collaborating with each other, combined with each other. Okay, so in such case we should go for option 5. The logic will be like this. That means statement 1 plus statement 2 both together provides you the answer. Let us take an example problem of this kind. Okay, so what is the area of this rectangle? The question will be like this. Okay, so statement 1 is given like this. The length is 10 centimeters. Okay, so this is insufficient. That means statement 1 alone is insufficient to find the area of the rectangle, because to find area of the rectangle, what is required? Length multiplied by breadth. That is what we required. So, but here statement 1 provides only length. So, breadth is missing here. This width is missing. So, that means you cannot calculate area with statement 1 alone. Statement 2 here, width is 5 centimeters. This is also insufficient. In this, he has not mentioned about length. So, here length is unknown. So, that's why using statement alone, you cannot calculate area of a circle. But combined these two statements together, okay, so you have length here, you have width here, then you can calculate area by multiplying these two values. 10 multiplied by 5 gives you the area of the rectangle. Okay, so in such case, when both statements are required to get the answer for the given question, okay, so then we should choose option 5. Okay, so you must combine the data to get the answer. Got it? This is the main difference between options. Mainly, many students confuse by choosing option 3 or option 5. Which one to choose? Okay, so because both seems to be same, but if you can understand the logic behind these two options. Okay, so option 3 is S1 or S2. Okay, and option 5 is S1 plus S2. Both together gives you the answer. Here either S1 gives or S2 gives the answer. Got it? These are the kind of questions that will be asked, and these are the kind of statements provided. Let us work out some more programs, some more problems of this kind. Okay, so here this is the question given. What is the value of integer x? This is another kind of question generally asked in data sufficiency section. Okay, so what is the value of integer x? Statement 1 is given x square is equal to 25. Statement 2 is given x is positive integer. Okay, now let us take a statement 1 alone. Okay, so when you take statement 1 alone, x square is equals to 25 is given. Okay, so this leads to x value can be find out by square root of 5. Square root of 5 can be either plus 5 or minus 5. Okay, so that means statement alone cannot give you a unique solution. It is not giving you a unique solution. Okay, so which one to select? Either +1 or -1, -5, +5 or -5. Okay, so that means you are unable to arrive at a unique solution. Okay, so that's why this is insufficient to get the answer. Okay, now let us take a statement 2 alone. X is positive integer, he said. Okay, so when X is a positive integer, when it is given, okay, so that means X can be any value. X can be 1, X can be 2, X can be 3, or X can be 4, X can be 5, like this, and so on. Okay, so that means statement 2 alone cannot provide a unique solution. It provides infinite solutions for X. Okay, so that means this option is violated. This option is also violated. Okay, so these two alone cannot provide. Now let us combine these two, whether statement 1 and 2 combined together will provide a answer or not. Let us look at. Okay, so statement 1 gives what? Statement 1 gives us a, okay, so X value as either +5 or a -5. Then statement 2 says that X is a positive number. Okay, so that means from the given solutions, okay, so there is one positive value available here. Okay, so then you can select this positive value. So when you select this positive value, so you are getting the X value as a 5. Okay, so that means you are able to arrive at a unique solution. This is giving the unique solution for X value. Okay, so that means both combined together providing the solution for the given question. Okay, so that means which one to be selected? Option 5. Both statements 1 and 2 together are necessary. So this is how you should look at the problem. Hope you got the logic. Any doubts? Just you can drop your doubt in the comment section. So here you cannot select either 1 or 2 alone. Okay, because 1, 2 alone they cannot provide the solution. Okay, so you should get the solution only by using, you are getting the solution by using both statements. So option 5 is the correct answer for this question. Got it? Now let us look at another, because why I'm focusing on this option 3 and option 5. These are the two options which mainly confuses many students. Okay, so if you understand when to select option 3 and when to select option 5, then remaining options hopefully you can easily select. Okay, so that's why we'll work out for these kind of problems first, then we'll look at another problems which were asked in previous TCS NQT examinations. Okay, so let us take one more example on this. How many days will it take for A and B together to finish a piece of work? This is another kind of question, time and work. Okay, so this belongs to the topic called time and work. So here, what is the question? How many days will it take for A and B together to finish a piece of work? So statement 1 is given, A alone can finish the work in 10 days. And statement 2 is given as B is twice as efficient as A. Got it? So first let us look at, and these are the options. Okay, so first let us look at statement 1 alone can give you the answer or not. So statement alone says what? A can finish the work in 10 days. A can finish the work in 10 days. Okay, so here there is no data about B. That means using statement 1 alone you cannot. Here the question asked both A and B together in how many days they finish the work. Okay, so here data about B is missing. Okay, so B data is missing. So using statement 1, you cannot arrive at a solution. Okay, so statement 1 alone is sufficient. This is not the answer for this. Then coming to statement 2, B is twice as efficient as A. Okay, so statement 2 given as B is twice as efficient as A. Okay, so but here what is the rate of work done by A is not given in statement 2. Okay, so it is just said that B is twice as efficient as A. That's what. Okay, but what is the rate of work done by A? It is not mentioned here. So that means B, that means statement 2 alone is also not sufficient to arrive at the solution. Okay, right? So now let us look at either statement 1 or statement alone is sufficient. No, this is also not the correct answer here. Okay, right? Now let us look at whether combined these two statements provide a answer or not. Okay, now if A can do the work alone in 10 days, okay, so then what is his in one day? How much work he can do? He can do 1/10 of the work in a one day. Yes or no? Similarly, if B is twice as efficient as A. Okay, so if A can do in 10 days, when B is twice efficient, then B can do the work in 5 days. B can do the work in 5 days. Okay, so that means in one day, how much work he can finish? He can finish 1/5 of work in one day. Okay, so then together, both A and B together, how much work they do in one day? 1 by 5, 1 by 10 plus 1 by 5. Got it. Okay, so when you know this kind of equation, okay, so together when both can do this kind of work in one day, okay, so then no need to solve these kind of answers. Okay, so then you can say that they can finish the piece of work together in some days. Okay, so that means both statements 1 and 2 together are necessary. Okay, so in these kind of problems, it is not necessary to solve the equations. Okay, it is just to understand that if you can find out these kind of equations in one day, if this is the kind of work done by them, then definitely. Okay, how you will get it? Because once you know the solution in one day, what is the work done by them? Okay, so the LCM is 10 here, 1 plus 2, that means 3 by 10th work both together can do. Okay, so then if 3 by 10th work they can do together, then in how many days? Okay, so time taken to is nothing but the reciprocal of this. Okay, so it is nothing but 10 by 3, that means 3 1 by 3 days they take to finish the work together. Yes or no? Okay, so this is not required actually. Finding this kind of solution is not required. Okay, so from this itself, you can say that both statement 1 and 2 together are necessary to find the solution. Any doubt in this? Okay, so in data sufficiency, it is not required really to solve the problem. Okay, so it is all required is whether statement 1 is sufficient or whether statement 2 is sufficient or both together sufficient to find the solution. That only you need to decide. That's it. Let us look at one more problem. Okay, so hope any questions. Right, no questions. Right, so okay, now so let us look at some other kind of problem. Hope now you understood option 3 and option 5, the difference between these two, option 3 and option 5. Okay, so we'll work out some more programs so that some more problems so that uh, you can find out the solution, okay, easily. Now the question is given like this: who among A, B, C, D, and E is the smallest? Statement 1 is given like this: B is taller than E and D is taller than A, but smaller than E. Statement 2 says that C is the tallest. C is the tallest. The options are given like this. Okay, right. Now first let us come to statement 1 alone. Okay, so A, B, C, D, E are the 5 persons and you need to find out who is the smallest one in this. Okay, now, so coming to statement 1, B is taller than E. Okay, so here it says that B is taller than E. Okay, so that means I am writing on the right side. Okay, so the person who is on the right side is taller. He is taller. Person on the right side is taller. Okay, so B is taller than E. This is what given. And D is taller than A, but smaller than E. Okay, so smaller than E means they should appear on the left side of E. Yes or no? Okay, so D is taller than A. Now you see here, D is taller than A. That means A comes to the left and D comes to the right. Okay, so now D, since D is on the right of A, you can say that D is taller than A. D is taller than A and smaller than E. Okay, so since E is towards left of E, then you can say that E is smaller than E. Okay, now from this, who is the smallest one? Now A is the smallest person. A is the smallest person. This is how you can arrive at. Okay, so you can say, sir, statement 2, C is the tallest. It is given. Okay, so statement 2 alone, C only about information about C is given. Okay, so no other information is given. So it is not sufficient alone to find the answer. Okay, but statement 2 just provides where C stands. Okay, so even if C is the tallest one, this doesn't affect identifying the smallest one. Still, the smallest person is A only. Okay, so that means without statement 2's interference, you are able to identify the smallest person, A here. Okay, so that's why statement 1 alone is sufficient to find the answers. Okay, even though statement 2 says that C is the tallest one, but that doesn't change the order of these persons. Okay, so that's why this in data sufficiency, this statement's contribution, we say that it's nil in identifying the smallest person. Okay, so that's why statement 1 alone, without this also, see, you are able to identify the smallest person is A here. With the 2 involved also, the smallest person is A only. Okay, so that's why that means with the statement 1 alone, you are able to identify the smallest one. So that's why the answer for this is option 1 or A, smallest. Statement 1 alone is sufficient. Don't use it in data sufficiency. Okay, so you should arrive at the solution without any doubt. Okay, so you are able to identify the smallest person. See, the statement 2 only contributes where C stands in the order, but it doesn't affect the smallest person's position. Okay, so that's why its role can be taken as a nil in these kind of problems, data sufficiency problems. Hope you understood. Okay, so that's why the answer for this is statement 1 alone is sufficient. Let us look at one more question. Now, what is the difference in ages of P and K? So, statement 1 is given. P is 5 years older than Q. Statement 2 says that K is 3 years older than Q. Now, the options are Same. Correct. We need to identify. Okay. Now, what is asking in the question? Difference in ages of P and K. No need to find the actual number. Okay. Whether you are able to find the difference in ages or not. That if you can identify by using which statement or together, that is enough in this case. Okay. So from statement 1, let us look at this. Okay. So what is given? P is 5 years older than Q. Okay, so P is 5 years older than Q. That means if Q age is Q, then Q plus 5 gives the age of a P. Okay, so this gives the equation like P minus Q is equal to 5. So are you able to find the difference in ages of P and Q, P and K with statement 1 alone? No. So that means statement 1 alone is not sufficient for finding this. Okay, now coming to statement 2, just look at here. K is 3 years older than Q. Okay, so that means K's age is Q plus 3. Okay, so this gives the equation K minus Q is equal to 3. Now with statement 2, can you find out a difference between P and K? There is no P mentioned in statement 2. That means you cannot with statement 2 alone you cannot find the solution. Okay, right? So either 1 or 2 giving the answer? No, they are also not providing the answer. Okay, now we need to find out one among these two. Okay, whether statements 2 both together provide the answer or not. Okay, so statement 1 is P minus Q is equal to 5. Statement 2 is K minus Q is equal to 3. Okay, so now if you subtract these two, okay, so then what happens? This becomes plus, this is plus Q minus Q get cancelled. Then you'll get P minus K is equals to 2. Okay, so P minus K is nothing but the difference in ages of between P and K. Okay, so that is nothing but the value 2 here. Okay, it is not required, this value is not required, but are you able to find the solution or not? Yes, identified the solution when both statements 1 and 2 together are necessary to find this one. Okay, so option E is correct in this case. So this is how we should identify the correct option. Okay, so with simple logic, if you can apply a simple logic in this from the given statements, okay, straight away from statement 1, 2 combined together, are you able to find the solution or not? If still combined together, if you are not able to get this, then you should choose a statement 4. That means option 4, neither statement 1 nor 2 is sufficient. Got it? So let us work out one more program. Yeah, one more problem. Before that, now what kind of topics will be asked in data sufficiency? Okay, so the common data sufficiency topics include analytical reasoning. In analytical reasoning, seating arrangement problems and blood relation problems. Problems related to blood relations and seating arrangement. That means before you come to data sufficiency, you should finish this chapter, seating arrangement chapter and blood relations chapter, which is very important. Then in numerical ability kind of questions, okay, so questions will be on ages, percentages, profit and loss, time and work. We have seen questions on time and work, ages also. Okay, so generally from these topics, the questions will be asked in this data sufficiency section. Then coming to logical reasoning, coding, decoding, and directions. Okay, so from these two topics, questions will be framed in this data sufficiency section. Okay, so that means you need to complete all these chapters or topics before you attempt for data sufficiency. Got it. Okay. So these are important. Mostly the questions in data sufficiency will be from these topics only. Now we will try to work out TCS NQT previous year questions in this data sufficiency. Okay, so one question is given like this. The question in your TCS NQT exam will be like this. Okay, so a question is given followed by two statements labeled 1 and 2. Identify which of the statements is true. Okay, statements and the conclusion. The question is given like this. Let P be the total number of males and Q be the total number of females in a family. What is the difference between P and Q? Okay, so he has given that in a family, P are total number of males and Q are total number of females. Then what is the difference between P and Q, males and females? That is what the question is asked. Okay, so then what kind of statements provided here? The statement 1 provides that Vipraja has 6 daughters who have a brother. Vipraja is the wife of Shantanu. Then statement 2 says that Shantanu is the father of 6 daughters. Kiran's mother, Vipraja, is married to Shantanu. Khan is a male. Okay, so these are the options provided here. Now, first, alone can we solve the question or not? Can we find out the answer or not? Okay, so that is what we will see. First, we'll take a statement 1. Okay, so Vipraja has 6 daughters. Okay, so Vipraja has 6 daughters. 6 daughters. Okay, so that means how many females from this? Vipraja is 1 and 6 daughters. Okay, so the total number of females from this statement gives as a 7. Who have a brother? That means all the 6 daughters have a brother. Okay, so that means he is a brother sibling to all the 6 daughters. Okay, so that means in males one brother is there, no, so males count becomes 1 here. Then Vipraja is wife of Shantanu. Shantanu is male here. Okay, so that means Vipraja is a wife of Shantanu here. So that means we have Shantanu is male, so we have males count as 2 here. Okay, so females count 7, males count 2. Now can you find out the difference between P and Q? Assume that this is a P and this is Q. Okay, so something like males and females, PQ. So can you find the difference, males versus females? 7 minus 2, 5. Yes, you are able to find the difference. Okay, so that means from statement 1 alone, you are able to identify the solution. Okay, so now you check whether from statement 2 also can you arrive at the solution or not. Okay, so let us look at statement 2. Shantanu is father of 6 daughters. Okay, so here Shantanu is a father of 6 daughters. 6 daughters are there. Okay, so that means from this, how many females are there? Females, 6 members, and Shantanu is one male person. So number of males, 1 here. Then Kiran's mother, Vipraja, is married to Shantanu. So Kiran's mother Vipraja married to Shantanu. Okay, so here Vipraja married to Shantanu. That means one more female here. Number of females plus 1, 7. Okay, but Kiran here, Kiran's gender is not provided. Okay, whether Kiran is a male or a female, which is unknown from this statement. And similarly, Khan is a male, he said. Okay, so there is another separate statement, Khan is a male. So who is this person Khan? How he is really? He is not related to Shantanu, he is not related to Vipraja or other daughters. Okay, so that means whether this Khan is a member of the family or not, we do not know. Okay, so that means statement 2 is not providing the correct information. Correct information. Okay, so that's why statement 1 alone is sufficient to arrive at the solution. From statement 1 alone, you are able to find the difference between males and females in the family. Yes or no? Okay, so that's why the answer for this is statement 1 alone is sufficient. Option 1 is correct answer. Okay, see here. you should not get any doubt in arriving at the solution. Okay, so here Khan is male, he said, but who is Khan here? That is not given. Khan is a member of this family or is member of another family. Similarly, here Kiran's mother Vipraja said, okay, but Kiran is male or female, his gender is not known. Okay, so that means there are some ambiguities in identifying the solution. Okay, so that's why you can say that statement 2 alone is not sufficient. Okay, so but statement 1 alone is sufficient to find the answer. Option 1 is correct in this case. Got it? So any doubts in this? Any doubts? So if you have any doubts, you can even post in our group also. Just let me check whether there are any doubts in our group. TCS NQT WhatsApp group. Okay, so you can post your doubts in TCS NQT WhatsApp group also. Right. Okay, so no more doubts. Got it. Okay, so if we have no doubts, we'll proceed with the. Yeah, there is a question. Any tips for pass at least 3 or 4 test cases? If you pass 3 or 4 test cases, that is not sufficient. At least one problem you should solve. One coding question, if you are talking about, completely you should solve. Meaning that all private test cases it should pass. All private test cases it should pass. Okay, right. So let us proceed with one more problem so that you will get more clarity. Okay, so this is another TCS NQT previous question in data sufficiency section. Okay, so it would be same. A question is the description will be like this. Okay, so followed by 2 statements. Whenever you see this kind of okay, so statements labeled 1 and 2, identify which of the statements. Okay, so it relates to data sufficiency only. Now let us understand the question. In a dance school, the teacher made her 5 students, B, L, P, R, and D, stand in a row facing the north direction to distribute chocolates. Who among them stood to the immediate left of R? If all of them stand in a row, okay, so who is the person standing to immediate left of R? That we need to find out. Okay, so what are the statements given here? The statement 1 is B stands at one of the extreme ends. L stood between B and P. This is statement 1. Statement 2, you read the 2 statements first. Okay, so then apply one by one alone, then followed by together if possible, if you are not unable to get the solution. Okay, right. Statement 2 is only one student stands between P and D. D is not the right of a L. Okay, so given these 2 statements, now let us work out whether statement 1 alone is sufficient to find out. Okay, so what is the answer we need to find out? We should find who is standing immediate left of R. Okay, so this person we want. Okay, so from statement 1, can we find out that person or not, let us look at. Okay, so B stands at one of the extreme ends. Okay, so assume that B is standing at one of the extreme ends here. L stood between B and P. Okay, so B is already there. That means if you consider P here, so L is standing between P and B. Now, can you get who is left of R here? So there is no discussion of R in this. That means statement 1 alone cannot give you the answer. Okay, now let us look at statement 2 alone provide the answer or not. Only one student stands between P and D. Okay, so between P and D, that means P, D, there is only one student he is saying. Okay, who is that one? He has not given. Get who is to the left of R? There is no mention of R in this. Yes or no? Okay, right? So that means statement 2 alone also cannot give you the answer. Okay, now both combined together, can we get the solution or not? Let us identify. Okay, so statement 1 B stands at one of the extreme ends here. Okay, so then L stood between B and P. This is first case we got here. Okay, so that means we got the series like this, or standing positions P, L, B we got here. Then only one student stands between P and D. Okay, so between P and D there is only one student he is saying. Okay, so assume that I write P and D here. There is one student standing in between this. Assume that person. Okay, so D is not to the left of L. D is not to the left of L. Okay, so D is not to the left of L is saying. Oh, so that means obviously D should be to the right of L. Okay, so this actually L should come here, not here. D should be on the right of L. Got it? So when this is the case, then is it sufficient to find the answer? Can you get the answer here? Just type your answer in this case. Yes, submit your answer. Right? Now, from statement 1, the positions you find out the positions. Okay, anyone sent your answer? Option 4. Okay, right. So let us arrive at option 4 or option 3. Okay, now see, B stands at one of the extreme ends. No, so B stands at one of the extreme ends. L stood between B and P. Okay, so if this is a P, L is in between B and P. This is from statement 1. Only one student stands between P and D. Okay, so let me write P, L somewhere. So if this is P and this is L. Now, only one student stands between P and D. Okay, so between P and D is not to the left, to the right of L. D is not to the right of L. That means D is to the left of L only. Okay, so D is to the left of L. Okay, and there is only one student between P and D. Between P and D, there is only one student. So obviously, who is that student? It is R, because there are only 5 students. See here, B, L, P, R and D. These are the 5 students. Okay, so if there is only one student between P and R, then R is the student standing between P and D. Okay, so then who is immediate left, who is present in the immediate left of R? P is the person who is present to the immediate left of R here. Okay, but this is not required, but we are able to identify the solution, okay, by combining both the statements. So option 4 is correct. Data in both statements 1 and 2 are sufficient to answer. Okay, so correct. Who sent this answer? Okay, so right, option 4 is correct. So if the same kind of question is given in other sections, okay, so then he asks the question, who is standing to the immediate left of R, okay, so he gives the option like B, L, D, P, okay, so then you need to identify P is the person who is standing immediate left of R, okay, so this is one other kind of question, okay, so TC slight different question. A statement is given followed by two arguments numbered 1 and 2. Here arguments are given. Decide which arguments are strong with respect to the statement or question. Okay, so here statement is given and arguments are given. Okay, so which argument is stronger supporting this statement, that you need to decide. Now, what is the statement here? Each and every institute in India should be linked with an incubation center. Okay, so this is the given question. Each and every institute in India should be linked with an incubation center. Okay, so then what are the arguments? Student will be aware of startups and how it can benefit the society. This is statement 1. Argument 1. Then argument 2, having more and more startups will help building economy of the nation. This is argument 2. Okay, so which argument is stronger in supporting the given statement? Okay, so in critical reasoning, okay, an argument is strong if it is both relevant to the statement and provides a practical benefit of it. Then only you should consider it as a strong argument. Okay, when if it is relevant, it should be relevant to the given statement and it should provide a practical benefit of that. Okay, now let us look at this. Okay, so statement 1 we will see students will be aware of startups and how it can benefit the society. Okay, so now will that support strongly with the given statement? Each and every institute in India should be linked with an incubation center. This is given here. Okay, right, so if you link with an each incubation center, okay, so then students will be aware of startups and how it can benefit the society, right? So definitely when you provide startups, okay, so if you students know startups, then these startups creates employment, it creates employment and also it provides a economy for the nation growth. Okay, so that means with the help of incubation centers, then uh, students will get awareness about these startups. Okay, so that means statement 1 is strong enough. Then statement 2, having more and more startups will help building economy of the nation. That's right. Okay, so right, so that means this second statement gives the talking about a scale of the situation. Okay, so that means scale means when you increase the number of startups, definitely more employment will be created. Okay, then more economy will be generated. Okay, which adds to the increase in nation's GDP. Okay, so that means both statements are strong enough in that means when you provide every institute in India with a incubation center. Okay, so this is what happens. That means it helps in increasing or help in building the economy of the nation, right? And also then it provides benefit to the society also. How? By creating more employments and by improving more economy. Okay, so that means both arguments 1 and 2 are strong in this case. So option 3 is correct. This is how you should analyze. Let us look at another same kind of question. Okay, so but this time three arguments are given here. Okay, so let us look at this. Educational institutes at the school level should encourage extracurricular activities along with academic teaching. This is the given statement. Now look at the statement. Educational institutes at school level should encourage extracurricular activities along with academic teaching. Okay, so along with academic teaching, that means your regular subjects, they should also provide extracurricular activities. That is what this statement said in educational institutions. Then what are the arguments for this? So sports is a good career option for a student. Then second, extracurricular activities enhance learning capabilities. Then option 3, extracurricular activities help build a skill. Okay, so argument 1 is strong, 1, 2 and 3 are strong, argument 3 is strong, argument 2 is strong. Right, so which one is correct in this case? That is what, okay. So now if you look at the first argument, okay, so sports is a good career option for a student. Okay, so you cannot guarantee that if you provide extracurricular activities. Okay, so sports is one of the extracurricular activity. Okay, so you cannot guarantee that every student chooses sports as his career option. Even if you provide extracurricular activities, okay, so it is not guaranteed that sports can be taken as a good career option for every student, for a student. There are other students who can select like drawing or singing, other activities are there, they can choose. Okay, so that means this cannot strongly support the given statement. Okay, so that means argument 1 is not strong enough. Then let us look at argument 2. Extracurricular activities enhance learning abilities. Yes, so he is saying that extracurricular activities enhance the learning abilities. Okay, so the main motto in an educational institution is learning, providing learning, teaching. Okay, so along with the learning, okay, so if his learning abilities are increasing with the help of this extracurricular activities, which is a good sign. Okay, so definitely this strongly supports the given statement. Option 2 strongly supports. Okay, because if you provide extracurricular activities, it is increasing his learning capability. Okay, so learning is the main aim, main thing that is taken in educational institution. Okay, so you are increasing this with the help of extracurricular activities. It is an add-on advantage. Okay, so that means you can take option 2 strongly supports the given statement. Then option 3, extracurricular activities help build a skill. Okay, so no doubt they help us in improving a skill. Okay, so like painting, drawing, okay, or other extracurricular activities, sports. Okay, so one skill they will definitely improve. Okay, so that means option 3 also supports here, but from the given answers, okay, so you have argument 2 strongly supports, because argument 2 strongly supports compared to this argument 3. 2 strongly supports because it the main aim of learning is increasing or enhancing with the help of this extracurricular activities. Okay, so that's why option 2 supports the given statement. So argument 2 is strong, you can select option 4 in this case. If option 5 provides 2 and 3 are strong, then you can select that one. Okay, but since that is not there, but from these two, which supports very strongly in this case, because learning is very important in education institutions. Okay, so option 2 supports learning with extracurricular activities. That means 2 is correct. You can select option 4 as the correct one. Argument 2 is strong enough for this. Got it? Right? So these kind of questions now we can take up and work out. This is another TCS NQT previous question. Okay, so question is given followed by 2 statements. Again, this is statement 1 and 2. Which one is sufficient? Okay, so data sufficiency problem. This is data regarding the relations in a family is given in the following statements. How many male and female members are there in the entire family? That is what we need to find out. Now, statements given. First one, Mrudula has 5 daughters who have 2 brothers. Mrudula is wife of Rakesh. Then statement 2 says that Rakesh is father of 5 daughters. Rajiv and Alok's mother, Mrudula, is the wife of Rakesh. Rajiv and Alok are males. Now, okay, so let us look at statement 1 first. So Mrudula has 5 daughters. Okay, so that means Mrudula has 5 daughters. 5 daughters. So total how many females? In this case, 6 females you are getting. Who have 2 brothers. That means all 5 daughters have 2 brothers. Okay, so that means there are 2 brothers present in this. That means how many males in this case? 2 males you will get. Mrudula is wife of Rakesh. Okay, so Mrudula is wife of Rakesh in this case. Okay, so Rakesh is another male plus 1 you will get. So total males 3 you will get. So total family, what is asked here? How many male and female members are there in the entire family? Okay, so it is 6 plus 3, 9 members are there in the entire family. Okay, so from statement 1, you are able to identify this. Now let us go to statement 2. Rakesh is father of 5 daughters. Okay, so statement 2, when you look at statement 2, Rakesh is a father of 5 daughters. Okay, so here Rakesh is male 1 and females 5 daughters 5 count you will get. Rajiv and Alok's mother Mrudula is the wife of Rakesh. Okay, so here Rajiv and Alok's mother Mrudula is mother of Rajiv and Alok. Okay, so Mrudula is one more female here. Okay, but Rajiv and Alok's mother is Mrudula. Okay, but this Rajiv and Alok gender is not specified. Okay, but here it says Rajiv and Alok are males. Okay, so that means Rajiv and Alok are 2 males here. Okay, right? But now if you see here, Rajiv and Alok are the only male children of Mrudula, which is not confirmed from this statement. Okay, so there can be one more male children of Mrudula, which is not given in this case. There is a possibility from this statement. Okay, so it is not given that Rajiv and Alok are the only male children of Mrudula. Then this also helps us in identifying the count. Okay, so there may be another person, Suresh, also child of Mrudula. Possibility is there. Okay, so that means you are unable to arrive at the solution without any doubt in this case. Okay, so that means statement 2 is not sufficient in this case. Okay, so then option 1 you can choose. Statement 1 alone is sufficient, while statement 2 alone is not sufficient. Okay, so here you cannot say that Rajiv and Alok are the only male child of Mrudula. That is not given here. Okay, so that means you have a doubt that any other male child may present, may be there for Mrudula. There is a possibility like Suresh or Ramesh, some names you can take. Okay, so had it been given as only child of Mrudula, Rajiv and Aloka, then you would get the solution in this case. But this statement 2 is not sufficient enough to provide the solution. So that's why option 1 is a correct answer. Okay. Now, the key takeaway from all these problems. Okay. Now, like in TCS NQT kind of examinations, now very important this one. Okay. Look at this. If a statement only lists names without using words like only or total, if these kind of words are not there, only child or total members, okay, so it is typically considered insufficient because you cannot prove that no other family members exist. Okay, like in previous case, Rajiv and Alok's mother Mrudula. Okay, so you cannot say that these are the only child. There may be other child for Mrudula, other male child for Mrudula. Okay, so had it been given only, then you can see in the statement 1, see here, it is given clearly. Mrudula has 5 daughters who have 2 brothers. That means these 5 daughters have 2 brothers. All the 5 daughters share these 2 brothers. Okay, so it is clear from this. There are 5 daughters, and all these 5 daughters have 2 brothers. Okay, so if this way it is clear, then you can arrive at the solution. Okay, so these kind of words, if are not given, just remember here. Okay, so like words like only, total, who have, then you can consider it as a insufficient. That's why we considered this statement 2 is insufficient for arriving at the solution. Okay, so you practice more and more questions, then you'll come to know. Okay, so look at for these kind of words in that. So if such kind of words are missing, you can easily say that that statement is insufficient. Okay, but that means from that statement you cannot prove that they are the only family members. So this is another question. Okay, so same family relation kind of questions will be asked. Okay, so you can just work out all such data sufficiency questions. Okay, from TCS NQT previous papers, you find out and try to get the solution. Okay, so this is the question given, and you can send your answer in the chat of this video, comment section of this video. So if this is the question, okay, and these are the statements given. So what is the answer for this question? Send your answer in the comment section of this video. This is another kind of question. Okay, so statement is given. Many social media celebrities advertise about intraday trading in their videos about how easily anyone can make money, but they don't show the negative aspect of it, that is about losing money. And these are the statement courses of action. The government should ban advertisement of intraday trading. The government should make certain guidelines to advertise these kinds of apps. So which one is the correct option? Only course of action 2 follows. Only course of action 1 follows. Both 1 and 2 follow. Neither course of action 1 or 2 follow. Which one is correct? Give your answers. So that's all in this topic, data sufficiency. Practice more and more problems. Try to analyze the statements, whether you are able to arrive at the solution from the given statements or not. Okay, so analyze the statements, work out if some kind of equations or blood relations kind of problems are given. Okay, so then you need to find out the relation, and you can say that you can find the solution by using one only, by using two only, or by using both one and two. So thank you one and all. Happy learning, happy coding.